it is my duty, I think, to introduce everybody to Power BI in Unicare MyTech. For information, we haven't got any program for Unicare students or graduates for this program utilizing Power BI. And based on what industrial responses so far, Power BI has been one of the one of the requirements for that they need graduates to be equipped with. Okay, one of them is Microsoft Excel. I think most of us workers are already professional here. Already have your own career, starting your own career, and you have experience using Microsoft Excel. However, we just found out that industry is also interested to get Microsoft Power BI knowledge for our graduates or students. Thus, this program lah. Okay. So my name is Muhammad Biazmi. I'm a graduate technologist. I'm about an BEM. I did my master's in industrial engineering in UTM Skudai. Also I did my PhD in environmental engineering in Osaka University nearly 10 years. It's going to be 10 years ago. Okay. And my bachelor's was in business management. Right. I think some of you, I think Izwan knows me well. Okay. So that's it. So rationale why we are teaching this, why I'm bringing this program is to try to empower everybody to have better management of data streams and operational activity excellence. So under Power BI, you can manage Power BI. You can manage your customer databases, suppliers database, product database, and everything, ensuring storage and retrieval of data and manipulation of data. For information, previously, if you are using Microsoft Excel, your data is going to be in table form, right? And of course, you can generate these charts. Okay, you can generate charts, line chart, bar chart, all of these charts in Microsoft Power BI, in Microsoft Excel. And one of the key strength of Microsoft Excel previously was the pivot table. I'm not sure if you are using pivot table in your industry. If you are not, probably it's worth to explore. Okay, if you are using, then well done. And if you are using pivot table, you will see that there are several weaknesses of pivot table, which is one of it is it's too demanding in terms of time. Okay, time consuming, and you have to modify every table. You have to customize every table. Okay, so it's a transition from there into utilizing AI and everything. We want our information to be represented in visual form, so that everybody in every age, in every walks of life can understand the information at a glance. Okay, so this is also one of the key important criteria in Industry 4.0, which this Power BI falls under the big data analytics and business analytics information, business analytics knowledge and tools. Okay. So objective of this short program is to equip yourself with knowledge and skills which is needed to utilize to build and maintain visualization of basic data set and data management system to get to prepare yourself to go out and venture further to get the full knowledge automation under this dynamic business environment. So the objective is not only to teach one way, but I wanted to show to you what's the advantage of using Power BI so that you can explore yourself later on. You can learn yourself later on, or you can try to find trainings related to Power BI later on. Oh, for information, Unicare MyTech is organizing this kind of programs for professionals, industries later on in 2025. Okay, we have planned for 4 programs now. The first program is nearly full. It's on February. All of the participants is from businesses, and they claim they are HRDF. expenses lah for this kind of programs. Each participant cost is about 1,000 ringgit, consists of 600 ringgit examination fee. Tapi itu, the one is separate lah. For this one, it's only for Unicam MyTech student. I'm giving for free, but this is only a teaser lah for about 2 hours, okay? The program that we are organizing is actually for 2 days training program. If you're interested, then you can get in touch with Unicam MyTech or myself, okay? So we designed these programs, Power BI, Microsoft Power BI training, based on Microsoft certifications of Microsoft Power BI. And you need to have an experience of using Microsoft Excel. If you have Microsoft 360 license or Microsoft Microsoft Power BI desktop installed, then it is much more better. So for training for Microsoft Power BI, all of the participants should have an analytical thinking mindset. So at least diploma students, okay, because obviously data analysis is considered as a higher thinking skill activity, and building it requires a little bit more effort. But the end product that we created after we have developed this we call dashboard. After we have developed our dashboard, the end product can be understood by anybody of any level of knowledge. Okay, and I assume everybody have the knowledge in navigating through Microsoft environment, and you are normally in Microsoft Power BI, not only a thinker, it needs to be a doer also, because obviously when you prepare this database data sets, you need to do it. Okay, you need to develop the data set. For the knowledge from this Microsoft Power BI, actually, we're gonna have, but that one, I'm going to talk about the career options later on a little bit, and some salary range, okay? But in the full-fledged training, we provide you with simple mini projects. We have 8 projects, okay, and some practical assessment assignments, and also the main project. And in the final evaluation is a simple data environment design. At the end of this program, at the end of this 2-hour program, I hope that all participants can develop a simple data management environment and also generate working application for data reporting. That's the main objective outcome of the program. Okay, so this is the schedule for today. Nearly end my first session, 10 a.m. to 10:15 introduction, and then 10:15 to 11 I'm going to talk a little bit about Power BI. However, my slide is only like 12, so I'm going to go very fast. Hopefully we can complete everything before 10:40, then we go for the data transformation program. Okay, data transformation program is I'm going to show you how we use Power BI, and you can follow the process of using it. If we have time before 12, okay, and I complete everything earlier, then you can try to make your own dashboard, and I can consult you with it, okay? All right, so in the full-fledged topic, full-fledged training, we have 10 topics as such, okay? We have the cleanup, map GIS, data transformation, reporting, sharing. This reporting, sharing, and presentation is I think the pinnacle of the 2 days training, where participants can create their own dashboard for sharing, including to be included in the Microsoft PowerPoint for presentation. Okay, Canva tak boleh, PowerPoint saja. So as promised, I'm going to talk a little bit about the career in big data. I think some of you have already understand the importance of it, and the advantage of knowledge in Microsoft Power BI. Okay, knowledge in data analytic process are considered in 6 main group. Okay, mainly this deployment of projects. Okay, project deployment, understanding of business, data exploration, data preparation, data modeling, and data evaluation. These six programs are the core of data analytic process. In Malaysia, entry level, and what's considered entry level is purely this data analysis, and data analyst and business intelligence analyst. 60,000 ringgit per year. So just roughly 2,000 ringgit per month, right? However, this is if the person only knows about data analyst and business intelligence analyst. So from what I understand, most of our UniKL MyTech students graduated. They are equipped with engineering degree, and most of them are logistics degree. So engineering and logistics, that's I think 2005, 2000, at minimum 2002 lah. Now apa ni? At the market value today. And if you have this kind of knowledge, data analyst and business intelligence analyst, you can top up your salary. You can sell yourself better lah. Okay, get better offers anywhere. For mid-level, this data scientist and Power BI developer, roughly around 80,000 ringgit per year, divided by 12 is how much? Let me 2 seconds, 80,000 bagi 12. It's around 6,500 salary. Okay, 6,500. Oh, one moment. Earlier it's 6,000, right? 60K, right? 60K divided by 12 is 5,000 already. So I'm sorry, my bad. Was my math. Okay, data analyst, business intelligence analyst can earn you around 5,000 ringgit. For data scientist, Power BI developer will opens up 80,000 per year or 6,500 per month. And for senior level is around 100,000 ish ringgit per month. Per month is going to be around 8,000 lah, 8,000 to 9,000 per month. So I'm not spewing nonsense here, because this data I got it from the JobStreet Malaysia Career Advice. Okay, JobStreet Malaysia Career Advice. So data scientist is around 8,000 per month. So data analyst is about around 4,000. This is at the time where I take this data from JobStreet information. This was back in September, I think. Obviously, that's in terms of job cycle, September is a bit slow because people will tend to leave their jobs after getting their year bonus. So year bonus is around December. So they will send their resignation plans bulan 10 in October, in November, or maybe after getting their bonus in December, then they'll send their resignation letter. Normally in business cycle. So this data might not be representative to the whole market. If you want to know the better, the more accurate career opportunities, you can go to JobStreet Malaysia Career Advice. You access this information in either February or March. Then you can see the salary range. The real salary range is normally very high compared to what I'm showing to you right now. Okay, data engineer, monthly salary 8,400. This is September. So I hope you got the information here, the idea here. Okay. This is including the salary for apa nama orang panggil, earlier carrier lah, early carrier. They will try to downsell you. Nak pula 3,000 is sufficient. No. Okay, this kind of information currently is very hot. Every time I open this program to industries, we had full house. Ini KL student because I only share this in my WhatsApp status only. So typically, I open up a very limited number for CSR program. Alhamdulillah, you got the opportunity lah. Okay, so we've reached our second module, the data management. Okay, in the data management, normally what we do, during our operation, daily operation, I think you also have seen in your daily operation, you will have data, of course. Even if the simplest one as renting a car, okay, car rental business, you have one car, even you have one car. Whenever that people rent out your vehicle, you will have to put a record there, right? Who's going to rent it, dia ada lesen ataupun tidak, how much are they paying, what's the mileage, when is the date, when they should return the car, etc., etc. So those are considered as simple data. It's normal for Bumi Putra, Malay business, to just maintain this data in WhatsApp. Such a waste because keeping the data in WhatsApp will not provide you with any additional information rather than, oh, orang ni sewa kereta saya. Okay, we want to know how many kilometers a person is been traveling. We want to know if this person often fill up the tanks or prefers to just pay for the fuel to you. And you want to know maybe what kind of driver this person is, if he or she have the tendency to collect someone, etc., etc. So those kind of information you should be keeping, okay, in your Microsoft Excel. Okay, so this simple data that we have from the WhatsApp, etc., you need to keep it in the Microsoft Excel for data storage, okay, or Microsoft Access, whichever that you are familiar with. Some people are familiar with Excel, some people are familiar with Microsoft Access. Okay, and until now, we have been stuck at Microsoft Excel. And my generation, we are very excellent in managing this kind of information here and understanding information here. I myself will train industrial engineer as industrial engineer, and when I see tables, I can immediately I will immediately try to make sense of the information, and I can immediately understand what is being shared. However, in later generation, this generation now, and maybe non-engineers, they tend to tak faham sangat Excel, okay, especially for elder people, and they don't want to see any tables being shown. They don't understand, or they have other things to worry about, or they have trouble to understand it. So Microsoft have created the Power BI, or in the its full name, Power Business Intelligence, as part of the Microsoft Power Power Suites. Okay, we have Power Azuri and etc., etc. But we are going to focus on Power BI. Microsoft created this Power BI because obviously the data in Microsoft Excel, you need to visualize it in terms of graph, etc. And it's quite hard to put everything in one place. Okay. Example, if you have to open a few different Excel files, which the Excel file should be integrated. We have integrated information between these files. It's going to be very hard for you to ensure that the data is updated regularly. Okay, so they created this Power BI lah for data visualization. Itulah macam yang cakap tadi pun, like I said, Excel is table, blah, 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 blah. And I'm talking about data visualization, and I think some of us don't even see what visualization is. So I'm just going to visualize it to you. Okay. So on the left side, this is the example of a table lah. Okay, I'm pretty sure you are very familiar with these things. In and out product activities, customer, mungkin long traveling, etc., etc. You have this kind of information, this kind of data, and you can change this information to visualizations. Okay, In Excel, don't get me wrong, in Excel you can also do this kind of bar chart, okay, line chart. You can make it, no problem. But you're gonna have a big problem when you are trying to do this kind of gauge, okay, this gauge and map image, something like this. You can do it, but it's going to be time consuming, and it's going to be a big challenge lah for you to grasp the analytical information behind the data itself. Hopefully after the end of this 2 hours, you can understand me better lah in what I'm talking about. Okay, this is another image of dashboard for Power BI. This is what we call as a donut chart. Okay, donut chart. Okay, and in Power BI, we can also have different cards. Okay, when you click on the customer returning, it will provide the information for customer returning. When you click for customer not returning, it will provide you this information of who's not returning to buy the product. Okay, and it's intuitive and it's very fast compared to utilizing the Microsoft Excel. These are the image, tornado image, but in horizontal form. They'll provide you, if you build this kind of dashboard, you can understand who your customer is. Maybe if you are doing your final year projects for response, for people's response. Alamak, kenapa lompat-lompat? Okay, you buy FYP, final year project, and you send a survey form, and you want to visualize the survey form into this kind of information, the age range, 21 to 30, 31 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60, and you want to know whether it's female or male or female, right? So this kind of visualization, if you have, if you come across this information, immediately you will understand it. Okay, apart from against if you are looking at the table, there's a problem. Okay. The advantage of Power BI also is that you can integrate Power BI into live PowerPoint presentation. You can make one single PowerPoint file, transpose the built Power BI dashboard into this PowerPoint file. So every time you open up your presentation, is going to be updated with the information, with the latest knowledge, with the latest data. You don't have to remake the table every time. Okay. So this is another example in Microsoft Power BI. This is a shareable link, not using the PowerPoint, but this is a shareable link. After completion of the dashboard, you can submit the output so that you can share it, and everybody in your organization can see this kind of information. They can, and one more thing is it's interactive. You can click and they will show you the exact value. I'm going to build something not like this. This is advanced. I'm going to build something basic, and I will show you the advantage of using Microsoft Power BI instead of using Microsoft Excel. Any questions so far?
No, Doctor.
Okay. So have you downloaded the Power BI desktop?
Yes, already downloaded.
You have problem installing it? I don't think there's any issue for you to install it. It's quite easy. Okay, let's go further. See, like I said, I'm going very fast. Laju, dan we have reached towards our end of session. So right now, I'm just going to show you how to build this Power BI template. Okay, I'm going to share with you an example of file, load energy data CSV. Alhamdulillah, we are early, and so let's build this together. I'm going to guide you on how to build this. Okay, and then we are going to do some data transformation, and we are going to create some visualization, and design some dashboard and share some tips on how to export the report. So we are going to build this dashboard here. This dashboard is related to the energy consumption of a company, a very simple company. And the company is using, let me show you the data first. Okay, I've sent you two files. First is CSV, one is SLXX. So CSV is comma delimited. Normally in machine, if you have a machine, your machine will keep data in terms of CSV. And if you have higher stats machine, it will keep data in table form in SLXX, XLSX. So that is this Excel file. Okay, if you see this left and right that I'm sharing right now, you see that this is .csv file. In .csv file, all of the information, all of the information are jumbled up in one single cell. Okay, normally in a machine, it will keep this kind of information. This data is being kept like this. Okay. It is also available in this kind of information where the column is showing the date, another column is showing variable 1, another column is showing the values, and then another value, another value, another value. So can anybody confirm to me why? Tell me a reason why they keep these two information separately. Kenapa ada dua version? Anybody share to me why do we have two versions? Ada? Tak ada? Siapa bagi jawapan, saya bagi hadiah. I give you a cookie. Tapi kena ambil sendirilah kat my tag. Tak ada? Okay, tak ada. Okay, kenapa? Why do we have these two versions? Is basically on the left hand side, the data is much more lean. Okay, it's much more lighter compared to the right hand side here. Lighter tu maksud saya apa? If you see at the file size, the CSV, the first part, CSV is only 1 kilobyte data. If you see the second component, this is the Excel file, non-CSV, the normal ones, the data is 10 kilobyte of data. Alhamdulillah. So you see, it has the same thing. It have the same thing on the left and right. Both of them have berapa line? 15 line of data, and here also we have 15 line of data. Okay, line ni apa? 15 row of data. Okay, data pertama, data kedua, third data, fourth data, fifth data. We have 15 of them. It's same thing. Even the information is also the same. Look at the information. Electricity 120, 1530. Electricity 120, 1530. However, in Microsoft Power BI, in order for it to make sense of the data, you need to split the information that you got from this left-hand side to this right-hand side. Only after this, then the Microsoft Power BI can make sense of data. You know what I mean? Yeah. So when we have this kind of information, we need to transpose it. Just to share, when I first entered industry back in 2010, back in 2010, yeah. When I first entered industry back in 2010, it was semiconductor company, a multinational semiconductor company from USA lah, from US. My expertise back then was as industrial engineer, but I have the tendency to, as an IE, one of the things that we do is to study about the lean and operation of the manufacturing process lah. And I see there is a bottleneck when I entered the plant facility. I see that there is a bottleneck at one of the process, which is the saw process. Saw process is what we call when we make when we cut the wafer besar tu, the silicon wafer, cut cut it into small microchips. Okay, you see the small microchips that you see that you have in your, maybe in your fob here, in your key fob. They are consist of many chips, right? So the company that I'm working at is making one of the chips for Samsung phones. So back then, that is the only plant in the world that is doing that activity in Malaysia. The plant is in Malaysia. So we are part of the global supply chain. And I see a very bad bottleneck happening is the test. So my predecessor, what he did was he often go to the machine and take times. Okay, they study the time. Um, the time for one machine to cut one wafer. And when I came there, I realized that there are many sizes of wafers, and different sizes have different times of cutting. My predecessor just take an average for all of the cutting. So obviously, when you have a big wafer, you have less time to do it. I mean, you will utilize maybe 20 seconds to cut one whole wafer. And this one wafer, maybe you have like 200 chips, means the chip is big. So because of the chip is big, then you cut the wafer rather quickly, because obviously less lines to cut, right? But when I went there, I see that we have like, I think we have around 2000 SKU, over than 2000 SKU, and different SKU have different cutting time. So rather than I stand there and count for every 2000 wafers, I'll just buy myself a USB stick. I put it in the machine, and I download the machine activities. So when I download the machine activities, immediately I can synthesize the data, and I can analyze the output. What is the average time utilized for cutting every SKU, so that I can uh, provide a better judgment, better evaluation, better estimation of the cutting time. So what I did was, before even the data, big data, industry 4.0 knowledge, everything, what I did was that exact thing. Okay, I I went for the machine, and I download the data. So this data is quite big. One data that I download is around 1 GB of information, so that I can better evaluate these things. And how I did it before Power BI is actually I need to segregate all of the SKU one by one by one by one, and conduct some evaluation for the cutting time lah. So we did a normal distribution analysis, and we got the average time, maximum time, minimum time, etc., etc. Output from that is that I have effectively identified the bottleneck and provide the solution, which is to buy uh, more cutting machine. So yeah, everybody can suggest, oh, this is bottleneck, just buy more. But how much more? Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10? We don't know. So we need to conduct some analysis, so that we can provide the correct estimation. So the number of machines that I requested to be added is only 3, because after that, it becomes lean and optimized. In these three machines, every machine costs around around $500,000. So we invested 1.5 million as my request. I requested, oh, we need to buy this machine. So $500,000 one. Okay, buy three. So you need to be able to to defend by your idea. And we defend our idea by showing the data, the analysis that we've conducted, and the monetary value behind it. So we bought this for 1.5 million. And this trailer comes, one trailer, when they send back then, one trip is around 20 or 30,000. I don't really remember. So in one trailer, was only three machines. So we put these machines, everything, the whole process cost us around 2 million. How do you justify buying a machine and services, etc., and related with the machines for 2 million ringgit if you are only saying that, oh, we have a bottleneck here, we need to buy some more machines? It's a different story, okay? Instead of, oh, we need to buy some machines, and I've conducted analysis, and this is how much machine that we need, and this is how much money we are losing, and this is how much money that we will make in the future. So we provide this kind of information. This is business analytics. Okay, I want you guys to understand this thinking style and try to emulate it in your daily life. Okay. Okay, let's go back to the Power BI. So this kind of data is similar with what I've seen when I was doing it back then. We have every line, we have the same thing. We have the dates, we have the details and cutting time, etc. But this time around, we have the date, we have the electricity, source of electricity, and we have a consumption, we have the cost, and we have the carbon emissions. Right, so when we have this kind of information, what should we use? What should we do? Let's open up our Microsoft Power BI. Let me open up a new one so that you can see a fresh one. A little bit sluggish, I know, but let's bear with it, okay? I asked to have a new laptop, but I need to find sponsor for it. When you load up Microsoft Power BI, a new Power BI, it will show you the exact thing. If I'm not mistaken, this is the latest version that you have just installed in your system. You can sign in. Okay, if you have a sign in button here, you can sign in and you utilize your unique student ID, or if your company is currently using the the Microsoft 360 clients, you can sign in to that account directly. Okay. Next is here we have a few things. This is the home button. This is a home preview that you will see when you open up. You can also open up the files, that previously done in Microsoft Power BI, right? And you can sign out of your account. You can see the options, the setting, and the information about your Power BI. But I'm not going to explore this. We have a limited time. So let's use the blank report first. Okay. You click on the blank report. After that, you'll be sent to this kind of window. Okay, this is the window that you will use in your Microsoft Power BI. If your Windows account have this kind of Copilot assist, okay, you are lucky. However, I think for UniKL, we are not okay, we do not have this capability, because our license is, I think, is on Education 3 license. Your company might have a different license. One thing to note is, if you are using your company's account license, make sure you check with your account admin first whether you can use it or not, because I've heard that some of the Power BI users, when they open up a few modules, they are being charged for it. Okay, so discuss with your Microsoft license administrator first before you explore other things that I'm not showing in this short presentation. Okay, for on the top you have all of this ribbon. We have all of these files to get data and etc etc. You can also always go back by clicking back button here. Okay, and there is also insert information. You can insert more visuals. You can import for interesting more visuals. You can model the data. You can change the data punya apa nama field, image, and etc. Okay, you can also optimize the information. Let's say the data that you use is very big and huge, so that it consumes a lot of time. So you need to optimize your data first. And in order to do that, Power BI will provide you with information of the optimization that you can use. Okay, and here we have different views. We have our report view, we have our table view, model view, and also DAX. DAX is a data exchange lah, query view. Basically, all of the formulas that we want to implement in our data, we can put it in DAX. For today, we are only covering the first and second component. The third component, this model view, if you have a different files, like I mentioned earlier, you have 3 or 4 different files, and you want to integrate all of these 4 files into providing one meaningful output, one dashboard that you can create for everybody. So you can connect the different files. This is file 1, file 2, file 3. Um, if you are in industry, you will understand that every file is already big. You can utilize the tabs, but the tabs is already full. You have utilized many tabs, and you need to open up a new file. So Power BI understands that, and you need to utilize different files lah for that particular objective. Okay, so this will allow us to connect. Let's say we have in the first file is the customer profile, and the second file is all of the procurement process, and the third file is all of the production. So you can link the customer profile, maybe customer preference on purchase, okay, and link it to the procurement purchasing requirements, and then both of this information will feed into the manufacturing process, and your dashboard will utilize these 3 without you ever having to integrate it into one single file. But that one is on a different longer punya training session lah. I can't show you this one because it's going to take a lot of time. Next is this table view. If you click on table view, you can see all of the tables that you have loaded into the Power BI. And in report view, this is the default view. You can see all of the report that you have generated for Power BI. So, all right. In today's session, we are going to utilize this information here and some transformation of data. Okay, then we will build our simple dashboard environment. So let's start with importing the data that I've just sent to you in WhatsApp. And I hope here, I hope still sending, it's not sending yet. I see, because this is, most of us are from external database, external user, so it's fine. I send through WhatsApp also. Okay, so okay, we are going to build this dashboard here, utilizing this line graph, this bar, and then donut, and then table. First step is always to import the data. Obviously, because you need to have data connected to our Power BI. In importing data, not only from Excel, okay, you can also import from Access. You can also import from text CSV. You know text? Ni. Doanya. Tak boleh tahan lah. Okay, kalau you search, tekan butang Windows ni and then you search for text .csv file. This is normally the go-to solution provided by equipments or machines. So you can utilize it directly in Microsoft Power BI lah. Okay, like I've said, in PDF also, if it's readable, SharePoint folder, Access database, query, Google query. I don't know if your system, your IT admin is using Azure ataupun Dynamic 365. All of these are utilizable. You can utilize this in Microsoft Power BI. Okay, Zendesk, etc. You can also include data from SQL Server. This is from website, okay, or maybe your own database. Okay, so you can click it here, get data from other sources, and navigate through and try to find your information from data. So in Power Platform also, we have Dataverse and Power BI data flow that you can utilize. Okay, we have also Microsoft Power Fabric, etc. Let's not burden ourselves, just utilize the Microsoft Excel first. If you're an IT student, then you will go for all of those alternatives lah. For us, the rest of the world, we just use the Excel first. Okay, when you click Microsoft Excel, it will open up this window here. You try to navigate through the information that you have found. I think maybe if you are using, you can go for the download section. Okay, and for us, for me, then it's fine. Okay, I'm going to show you the CSV mode because this is going to be very fun, very interesting if you are using the CSV mode instead of directly use the Excel version. Why? Like I said before, it should be apa ni, the default go-to method from our machines, our equipments. Right now, we all of us have these integrated machines, right? This is part of the Industry 4.0 component. Okay, so let's use this. Open up. If you can't find this file, if you can only see this file, 1 hour X energy utilization, you go here, down here, and change the type to all files. Okay, and then go for the CSV MYR component. Open up. When you open up the file, it will have some few processes like I'm showing it to you right now. Because what they are doing is actually connecting the file. You're not going to change the file, the original file at all. You takkan ubah dia, but rather you are only connecting the information. Okay, this is the original file. Okay, that you are going to import in the Microsoft Power BI. We need to transform this into something that Power BI can understand. So we change this into comma, because obviously the separation here is comma. Okay, and we transform the data. Don't load, we transform. Okay, change it to transform the data. And Power BI will open up another window. Okay, kalau laptop lama, you're going to be a bit heavy side. Okay, it's very heavy, quite heavy. Right, so the information provided is similar with what was shown earlier. And we can't use this. Power BI cannot use this actually. For them, everything is just a text. Everything is considered as text. This is the letter S, and this is the number 4. That's what Power BI understands. This is not 40 in terms of value 40, but they say, Power BI say this is number 4, this is number 0. That's what text is. In text, you cannot they cannot process 120 plus 60 plus 40. It's not possible. So we need to change this into something that is usable. So we need to transform this. First click here and go to transform. This is a transformation window. We have home, transform, add column, view, etc. etc. So okay, we do add column first. Okay, add column, custom column. And they will ask us, PowerBI will ask us, what kind of customization do you want? Right? So obviously it's not usable. We can't just simply add on. Okay. But we need to change this into delimited column first. Okay. So mana dia? Format. Kan. Trigonal, transpose. Split column, yeah. Okay. Refresh. You click on the first column here. This is CSV files. Okay. Go to the second ribbon, transform ribbon. Okay, go to the third component. This is first component, this is second component, this is third component. The third component is the column split. Okay, you click on the column split and choose by delimiter. Okay, they will ask us what are the delimiter. So it's a comma. Okay, and just click OK. Immediately Power BI will change it. And you see, when they change it to this kind of table, they will send an information here. Previously applied step is source, change type. And then after we've clicked transform and split column, they provide us with split column by delimiter. And now we are left with this information right now. What is happening up here is actually there are still a few processes currently being done. Because obviously I open up two files, Power BI files, so it's going to be a bit heavy side. All right, next. We want to change the name of the columns to make sense, something that makes sense. So this is date. This is electricity source. Just double click that. Sources. Source. Okay. This is column 1.3. I double click on the word column 1 to 3 to consumption. And next is double click on column 1.4. I change it to cost. Double click on column 1.5, change it to carbon emission. So this data, actually what it means is that on every instance, on day 1, 1st of December, we are using 120 kilowatt of electricity that we imported from the grid. Okay, when we are paying for the cost of 15 ringgit, and effectively we are releasing 30 kilogram carbon emissions. At the same day, we are also using gas that we consume. We use to generate 60 kilowatt hour energy, and we paid 8 ringgit for this gas, and effectively we are releasing 12 kilogram of carbon dioxide emissions. On the same day, maybe this is at the noon time. We are using the solar energy, or maybe as a mixture between solar and gas. And we consume around 40 kilowatt hour of solar energy. And because the solar is already there, it's free. And also we are not producing any carbon emissions. So this is what it means. Okay, and I wanted to add a few mathematical equation here, but you see, this is ABC, 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 ABC. ABC means that Power BI understand this column as text. We don't want it to be text. We want it to be something meaningful. Okay. For example, this is supposed to be date. So you will change here. Here, you click on the button ABC. Okay. There's a very small area here. That's why you are going to data analytics will earn around 5,000 ringgit per month, because obviously if I don't show you this one, you don't even know. Okay. So you click here and find date. Okay. Click date. So, all right. First session error. We can't pass the information as a date value. Kenapa? Oh, because we have the first information here. Okay, we want to delete this information first. Okay. We left click or right click. We right click on the row here. Okay. And we go to delete column. Mana delete column? Ni delete lah. Okay, ni steps ni yang kita dah apply tadi tu. This is the steps that we have applied. Okay. This is the latest one that we did. Okay, we try to change to date and it provide error function. So we don't want this. This tab is not usable. So we delete this tab so that PowerBI can forget to just not do the steps. Okay. So let's delete this information here. Okay. What I did is I highlight it and I put the first row as header. Okay. Saya demo semula. Okay. We are at this phase earlier, right? Okay. So, belum. So we are at this phase. You see the first line, this is supposed to be data, okay? Not table header. Okay, this is date, energy sources is supposed to be up here. Date, energy sources, etc., etc., etc. But why Power BI understand this as text is because they see that this is a date, and then they see that there is some wording here. So they say, Power BI say that, oh no, this is actually, the whole thing is actually a bunch of text. So we want to use it. Unfortunately, people at Microsoft is very bright. Okay, they've used it using this software quite some time. So you can immediately change this information, date to here, energy sources to that, and then etc. by using this button here. So it's the button sits at home, and then we see at transform here, first row as header. You click there. Okay, immediately Power BI have moved these things upside. Okay, consumption per hour, cost, income animation, and also the information is now in very understandable information data here. So you see that we no longer have to click on date individually. Okay, this is tax normal. We want this as tax, and this is our number. Okay, then we don't have to change this anymore. Previously, you see, previously it was ABC, 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 and now it is numbers and decimal numbers. Okay. So numbers, decimal numbers, decimal numbers. Why decimal numbers? Because decimal numbers is this kind of information here, 14.5 decimal. Okay, let's add one more column here. Let's say we want to know the cost per kilowatt hour. How much is the cost per kilowatt hour? So go over here, not transform, but you use add column. Okay, add column, and we are going to introduce a custom column. Okay, and now Power BI asks us, what is so special about this column? What do you want? So I want cost per consumption. Cost per consumption. Okay, so cost per consumption, cost is set divide by, that one is at the, you use the keyboard lah. Okay, and consumption kilowatt hour insert. Now we have cost per consumption for every little thing, every column that we have here. Immediately, probably I will assist us with the calculation. Alas, sir, I can do that using Excel, sir. No, you cannot actually. Okay, see, we have this information. Using Excel, you have to carry on the data formula, pull down, and etc. lah, banyak proses. And one more thing is we want to round these numbers. Obviously, we don't want to see like 0.13333333333, right? So we round it. So in order to round it, instead of adding another column with a rounding, we just transform the information to rounding. Transform, go for rounding, round to 2 decimal places. And click OK. Okay, see, we've seen that the cost per consumption is around 0.12 ringgit per kilowatt hour. So it's very cheap electricity. 12, 13, 13, 13, 13, 13, because I don't know, cheap electricity. In Malaysia, our electricity cost is around 32 cents to 50 cents, 58 cents. The 50 cents is for residential. For businesses, you are paying like 30 cents per kilowatt hour. Okay, so as a resident in Malaysia, you are paying expensive electricity tariff against your company lah. Company bayar electricity 30 sen je 1 kilowatt hour, 32. Kita di rumah kita bayar 58. Okay, so we have done this and we go home, click home here and apply and close. Okay, if PowerBI asking like this, there are pending changes in your queries that haven't been applied. If you have this kind of information, you click apply changes. If you don't, it means that PowerBI is applying it automatically, because the system was on power saving mode. Okay, so let's redo the thing. Good for you, because you can see the same process twice. Okay, let's redo the process. First, we import the data and we use the CSV delimited, this version. Once the data connected, faster sikit tu. Okay, one is connected. We will use comma delimiter here, okay, and transform the data. Next is we want to transform the table. Transform the table. Let's try to use this first. Use first row as header. Okay, done. Oh no, it's not supposed to be like that. Let's try. Okay, explore. Let's explore. Okay, transform the information. Transform to split column by delimiter. Okay. So this is not correct. Okay, so the process of changing is also can also determine what information that you are writing up here. So let's go back 2 steps behind. So we also change here, promoted header also delete. So let's leave it as column 1. We transform this first and split column by delimiter, comma, okay. Now the information is right like this. So we want to change this up there. So go home, go first row as header. Okay, done. Right, and we want to add one more table here. The table is at column custom. Okay, here's a formula. What is the cost per kilowatt hour? And the formula is cost divided by consumption. Insert and press OK. And also we see that the decimal places is so many. So you go for transform and change to round to 2 decimal places. Rather quickly there, right? Done. And then after we have completed the transformation process from one single cell to this table, we go home and apply and close. When we apply the changes. Lamanya. Okay, done. 15 rows added. You see something is now it's showing. Okay, when the data import has been successful, you will see that the thing is here now. Okay, if you pull out the data, you can see all of the information here, right? And the next process is to build up our dashboard. Okay, let's change the name of this dashboard to dashboard 1, not page 1. We change to dashboard 1. Enter. All right, and we want to put the visual inside. The first requirements that we have to do is not we have to do that. We wanted the training wants to do is to use this line chart. Okay, if you're using Excel, you have to go pivot first and then you go for line chart. Okay, so this is single click. Next is this date. Let's say if we add the date as x-axis, all of the data here. Okay, and the next is the consumption. Okay, you want to add data field here. You can either click here first and then click this button there, or you can also click here and drag it there. So both are working. But for if you are a control freak and you want to control everything effectively and accurately, you can click and drag. Okay, so this is sum of consumption for the year 2024 based on the data that we've provided. So this doesn't really make sense, right? Because this is all of the consumption in 2024. We don't want this. We want to have like daily, right? So in order to get daily, we should you can delete this year, delete quarter, delete month. We can have the daily, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, right? So this is daily energy consumption using the line graph. Senang tak? Senang kan? Okay. Izwan okay, Izwan? Boleh follow? Okay, this is the visualization components here. All of the visualization that you want to use is available here. All of the data that you have imported into Power BI, you can find the data here. And you can also have a filter here. You can add more filters. Obviously, because some of the data you don't want to put it there, so you can filter the data. For example, if less than 200, you want to exclude, so you can add the filtration here. Okay, so the data won't show less than 200 information. We are not going to use that today. Okay, so um, want to add another chart, which is the bar chart. Okay, we use this clustered bar chart here. Okay, how do you use that? First, we have to click on this field here, the empty field. Click here, and then you click the chart that you wanted to use. Right, so I've done that. I click there and I click on the chart that I wanted to use. Then Power BI immediately imported this chart here for me. In order for you to populate this data, you have to activate it first. If you don't activate it, you won't get this information, the data population. Okay, so let's say, let me demonstrate to you. I click this information, I click this graph here, and I see this kind of options, x-axis, y-axis, legend, etc., etc. If I don't click it, you see, I don't see the information. I click it back, and I have the information. So in this is actually a horizontal graph bar, or horizontal bar graph, sorry. And x-axis is down here, y-axis is up there. So x over y, and x is, let's say we want to use the energy sources. Okay, and the information of how much energy consumption there is. So immediately, like previously, I shown you how we can click and drag. Now I just kotak je, tanda right. I put the right sign here. I just click on the box, and immediately Microsoft Power BI will understand that I wanted to see this kind of information. I don't have to click and drag. If I don't like it, then I'll change it. But now it's exactly what I wanted. Okay, so we see that this is the sum consumption by energy sources, electric, gas, and solar is here. We see that the consumption for 5 days here. All right, what's next? Let's use this donut graph. Okay, donut graph, donut chart. You can also use the pie chart. But for me, let's for the sake of training, let's use this donut chart. Okay, don't click over here, because if you click over here, you press donut chart, it will change. See, they changed to donut chart. Okay, so right now we don't want to have this because our donut is for something else. Not for eating lah, for something else. Okay. So you click somewhere else, empty the apa nama ni? Empty the cursor here. Click on empty space and then click on the donut chart. It will input our donut chart. Okay. Put the energy source and cost. Yeah. No, not cost. Carbon emission. Yes. And click this course. Okay, so carbon emission. For this donut chart, it is the energy source and carbon emission. What does this chart shows us? It's actually for electricity, our carbon emission is 144 kilogram CO2 equivalent. And for gas, our carbon emission is 56.6 kilogram. And in this donut chart is showing that the majority, 71% of our carbon emission comes from the electricity. The minority, 28.22% comes from the gas. Where is solar? Why solar is not showing? Because solar is zero emission. Okay. So ini yang ketiga lah. This is the third one. So what's the fourth one that it was required is to insert a table here, right? So insert a table there. You can use either table, normal table, or this metric table. Earlier, Izwan was asking, what is the difference between pivot? Basically, it's the same. So let me show you here. Okay, I'm using the matrix chart. I'm using the matrix chart and I expand it a bit. And what I want to see is I wanted to see the date and cost. Okay, maybe some carbon emission. Yeah. So immediately this is a pivot chart, right? This one. So
Yes.
it's very easy to make this pivot chart, and you can expand the information further. You can expand it further. You can expand it for December, and you see all of the information here. So less than what, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, you've already done your pivot chart without having to open up the Microsoft Excel, and you don't have to do anything. Just put it there. One thing that always blows my mind is when, for example, in this pivot, we want to include like energy source. Okay. Want to see the energy cost source for electricity. I click here. You see our graph changes. You see the highlighted version. It changes with our active choice. Let's say I click on this gas information. I click on gas. See, the graph also changes to represent information in gas, and highlighted the gas and showing the information for gas. You see? And I click on solar, change everything to the required information. So this is what always blows my mind. This is what is the key advantage of utilizing Microsoft Power BI instead of utilizing Excel. All right. Okay. 11:30. One more thing that I wanted to show you is to utilize the filter function, not filter. This is a slicer function. Okay. Let's duplicate this one because we don't want to change it. We don't want to change it. Use it, but we want to expand it a bit further. So this is my dashboard 1 and this is my dashboard 2. It's the same thing. But in my dashboard 2, I wanted to introduce the slicer function. So slicer function, you can see here. This is the slicer function. As usual, just click somewhere and add the function. You click here and you want, let's say you wanted to add like maybe energy source. So we will show you the choices that you can choose, electrical, gas or solar. But this is not interesting, right? Because yeah, this is not interesting at all. So let's change this to a button, right? I go to this part here, format visual, slicer settings, and I change to tile. So immediately it becomes a button, 3 buttons actually, that I can choose, that I can click on. So why I'm doing this, I will show you a little bit later, okay? So let's say you want to see electricity, you click on electricity. You want to see gas, you click on the gas. You want to see solar, you click on the solar. Okay. How about if you want to see everything, you click again solar and unclick everything. So it's that simple, that intuitive. Imagine we have like, this is a very small data, it's very small amount of data. Imagine if we have the whole year amount of data. So you want to have to get a very intuitive design. You want to have a very functional output, something that you can use, you can utilize. Okay. So what else we want? Let's say we want to put apa ya dalam training requirements. Tadi. Okay, slicer, what do you want? Date or energy source. Okay, date. Date. Just put date for slicer. Channel number, click somewhere empty, neutral. Okay, put the slicer in and activate the function and put date in from day. Okay, so in this slicer, it's a range between 1st until 31st. You can change it into like maybe 5. No, because originally it was 5, right? So 1 to 3, 1 to 4, 1 to 5. Okay, so this slicer will show information of, for example, if you click on electricity, 1 to 3 on this 3-day, first day, second day, and third day only. So this is the function of a slicer. Basically, they provide demand data information as per your demand. Okay, can we change this? Like, this is too much, right? This is 31 is too much, right? So can we change it to lower number? Yeah, between slicer values. Okay, background slider. No, it's not here. How about here? The class report. Oh yeah, because when we use day, immediately they will provide us with the full 31 days lah. Information. If you use something else, such as example, we have activate month and day, so we can choose. For month, we just want to see on the whole month. No information. We want to see only on 1st January. No information, because our data is on December, right? So go for December, then we have our data, and we can choose whether what day in December that you wanted. Maybe only on the 1st and 2nd. Okay, 1st and 2nd. First, kalau guna desktop sedap sikit ni. Okay, you can turn off the thing that you don't want, right? Something like that. Okay, this is if you are using a slicer. This is very customizable. You can use either something like this, or you can use in term of apa nama? In drop down list, or maybe a button or an options. Okay, tile, a drop down. So up to you. Okay. All right. The advantage of using this is that, like I said before, can provide you with very quick output, quick information. Right? So how about customization? If this is not your cup of tea, you can always change the color. Okay. I think this is not my thing. Okay, I normally don't really change anything else. Okay, if you need, you can go for view, and you can go for customization lah. Okay. Yeah. Something that suits your cup of tea. We have all of the different style here. So this is presets. I normally don't change. I just use the preset. But if you want, you can just use your own preset. And one more thing that you can also do is to customize the individual color. So customization is here. Go for the general. You can change the effect, background color. You can change the font. You can change the divider, the lines, spacing of writing, and etc. Okay, I don't really do these things. Okay, if you want to explore, you can explore in your own time. Moreover, we only have a very limited time to do this. Okay, so let me just go back to the original function. Yeah. All right. We are not completed here. We don't end our product, our dashboard here, because obviously, what's the use of this kind of information if you can't see it in your phone, right? So you might want to transfer everything to your phones, or initially, traditionally, you have to install an app. You have to rebuild the app from scratch. But using Power BI for desktop is very easy. You go to this button here. You click on this mobile layout view, and immediately voila, you can get your mobile layout view. You can customize, include this and this and this and this, but what I normally do is just I auto create mobile layout. So this is the output that I can see on my phone. Okay, it's energy consumption. If I don't like it, it's not very nice. So what you can do is just click and drag up. Okay, naik tas. Right. Button ni macam mana button ni? Button ni kita boleh drag ke bawah lah manually. This table, put it up. If your design is, I mean, if your original dashboard is already clear, I mean, all of the buttons, all of the reportings. Okay, you want to see report first and then button later. So you can put the button down here. And when you click automatic auto arrange, then probably I will assist you with the arrangement, with much more accuracy and best layout possible based on your original punya input lah. Okay. All right. There you go. There you go. Okay, so when you have your laptop, when you access your phone, you need to install an app called Power BI. That's it. Because that app is synchronized to your desktop. You just sign into that app and immediately you can see the information that you have built in this Power BI. Okay. For example, you click here, electricity, yeah. Immediately you can get the data for electricity. So I think the sky's the limit for what you are using for your utilization, because this thing is highly customizable, and it's up to you on what you want to use it for lah. Okay. Right. I hope you have time to explore. I hope you can do it yourself and see what's the what this app can offer to you, right? Oh, one more thing before I forgot is to publish it. Okay. In publishing it, you go to here, you go to your desktop version, go to home, and you can just directly publish. You click this publish button, you can immediately you can get of course save it first, right? I just open up a new one, right? Okay, save. My workspace, okay, no problem. So after publishing, you will be provided with a link. So that link is accessible only to you. Okay. When you click the link, it will link with your Microsoft Fabric. And of course, you need to log in first in your Microsoft 365. And you see the output. Yes. So this information is your dashboard, right? If you want to share this dashboard, you can also do it, but depends on the license that you are provided. So you see, you don't have to open Microsoft Power BI desktop anymore. Let's say we got it. You want to shut this down. You don't want to have this anymore. Let's say you just want to have the data of your output. Okay, maybe KPI ke status, right? Or anything that you want to follow. Okay, you just have to get this dashboard only. So you can save this link in your dashboard. I masukkan dekat dalam in our browser. Every time we open up our browser, we will see our dashboard with the latest information. Then that's good. That's done. One thing about Power BI for desktop version in our license is that the um, the data update has to be manual. We need to update the data manually, and our E3 version is only refreshing once a day. That's a maximum that you can click it. Depends if your company is a huge company, most probably they'll have like 100 refresh a days, 100 refreshes per day. So if you have that kind of license, then that's the one awesome thing that we can have lah. Maybe if you want to share this dashboard to your clients, or maybe to share this dashboard with your colleagues, okay, depending on the license, you can share it by this button here. You can share with your colleagues, maybe your department, your subordinates. They will see this kind of activities, then they will know where they need to improve, what's their next steps of actions. So in a way, you are actually implementing a very lean environment in your in your department lah. So I think that is all from me for now. I implore you to join us with our full day training to explore further and I'll provide you guys with a more challenging data, more interesting features that you can access, that you can explore in Microsoft Power BI. I hope that all of us can utilize this information in your own environment. I hope you guys can use this information for better career prospect, better salary, and gaji lagi banyak, kan? Nanti bayar cukai lagi banyak. Gaji lagi banyak, nanti mungkin boleh belanja saya makan, kan? Tak tahulah, kan? Ataupun jumpa saya, hi ke, tak kenal juga, saya tak familiar, muka tak ingat ke, tekanlah, saya dulu aja saya Power BI. Saya, what I'm doing today is not for monetary purpose, nothing related to all of the world requirements. But what I'm doing is actually, I wanted to have this as one of my contribution to you guys for your future, for your life. Untuk membolehkan you guys to contribute more to our ummah, okay, so that you can do more goods lah, kan. Ada duit baru kita boleh buat pahala lagi banyak. Kalau tak ada duit, limited pahalanya, kita boleh tolong aja. Macam saya sekarang tak ada duit sangat, kan. Kalau dah kaya tu, you boleh sponsor student belajar, you boleh sponsor anak-anak yatim makan, kan, macam-macam boleh buat. So hopefully this is one of my contribution to you. Walaupun tak ramai yang join, alhamdulillah, it's fine. I've done my part lah, insyaAllah. Okay, so dengan itu, kalau ada apa-apa soalan tambahan, you can ask in the WhatsApp group, or you can directly WhatsApp to me, bagi tahu saya, tanya saya apa yang perlu. I'll try my best to help you, but mungkin masa tak mengizinkan, mungkin lambat saya akan reply. Mungkin saya tak reply langsung, mungkin saya dah lambat sangat. Tak perasan message banyak. On average, banyak message masuk dalam phone saya everyday. Kalau ada tu, saya minta maaf lah kalau saya terlambat atau apa. So, I think dengan itu, saya ucapkan terima kasih I would like to convey my appreciation to everybody that attended this session today. Okay, with that, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat beramal. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.